If you're stuck with mediocre goals and not getting the results you want in life, this video is for you. In it, we're talking about my dream goals framework that you can use to accomplish more than you ever dreamed possible. What's up, everybody? It's RJ here, and welcome back to the Find Your Flow channel. This is where we go after your dream goals and spend more time in that peak state of flow. And in today's video, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about what I call dream goals, what they look like, and the framework that you can use to accomplish even more. Goal setting is an important aspect of the flow state, and we need to balance our skill level with the goals that we have in order to stay in flow and not push too far beyond our edge of capabilities at any given time. And the way we do that is with clear goals, which are sometimes known, you may be familiar with the idea of process goals. And with process goals, what we see is kind of that first down analogy where you're not going for that bigger picture dream goal, as I like to call it, in any given time, but just focusing on what you can do to move towards that first down and then ultimately get towards the end zone. And it's through consistency with those process goals over time that our dream goals ultimately get accomplished or we get closer to. Now, one thing that a lot of coaches will tell their athletes is to focus through instead of on the finish line so that you're actually pushing beyond and not trying to cut yourself short. And this is an important aspect, which is why I like to call dream goals as they are, because ultimately one of the lessons from setting dream goals for yourself is that you may never actually accomplish them. It's more about learning to appreciate the journey along the way. So our dream goals encourage us to play the infinite game, as Simon Sinek likes to talk about. Even though our lives are finite games and the sports we play may be finite, the ultimate vision of the sports organization or the business that you may be a part of is to continue infinitely. It's not to end when your story ends, but to continue moving forward. And dream goals work really well with that because it's teaching you how to follow along the journey and appreciate that journey more so than the destination that you may ultimately get to. So I don't necessarily think that dream goals need to be something that you ever accomplish. It's more about setting your sights so high that you've always got something to continue to push forward towards, and then teaching yourself and learning through that bigger goal how to break it down into things that you can actually get done in a manageable time frame. And this is going to look different for everybody. So to get started on your dream goals, you need one of two things. You either need to know your purpose, or you need to already have a big goal in one of the areas of your life that's under your control. And this circle of influence that you have is something that I like to call the hero's ring, because it's this one ring to rule all the aspects of your life. And if you want to learn more about the hero's ring, make a comment below and let me know. I'll make a video about it in the future, or if you want to have a download that you can access right away in order to learn more about the hero's ring and also use it as part of your journaling practice, you can sign up for the newsletter over at the Flow Academy. It's part of the onboarding series over there, and you can check it out through that. So once you have your purpose dialed in, or a big goal that you want to work towards, it's time to get started on making those process goals for yourself that are going to help you get momentum in the early phase and also stick through towards more of your dream goal accomplishments as it gets harder along the journey. So part of creating process goals is finding the right time frame that works for you. So in terms of the daily tasks that you're working on, you want things that you can accomplish in 60 to 90 minutes that is going to work for you. So if something's going to take 90 minutes and you know that your energy starts to fade a little bit sooner than that, you'll want to break it down even more so that you can get it done with maximal efficiency during that time. And then the other reason that we set these process goals as part of our dream goal framework is so that we keep that momentum and don't get discouraged when we are looking at a lifetime of progress that we're working towards. When we have these process goals, we can reward ourselves in shorter time frames, and that's going to allow us to keep moving forward on this journey. And just like the classic hamburger structure of the essays that we used to write in school, a lot of people will suggest or say that our bigger goals can be broken down into 5 different segments. And I think that sometimes our dream goals can fall under this category. Sometimes they don't, though, especially if we're setting those really high dream goals, the ones that we don't expect to ever achieve, but just keep guiding our vision along this journey. But it can still be helpful if you don't know where to get started with breaking down your dream goals into more process-oriented goals. Try looking at it in the 5-point framework. And the starting and the ending are why I think that 5 different components could be a good idea for a lot of people. The first one and the last one are often the hardest. And then in the middle, you've got the different sections where you're already on the road. You've got some momentum going and it becomes a little bit easier. Getting started is the tricky part, and also having the right strategies in place to know exactly where you want to start to set yourself off on the right track. And then the finish line can also be where a lot of people get stuck. And so that's where having these frameworks in place where you know that sometimes you're going to have to make adjustments or keep moving forward regardless is really key to this whole dream goal framework. So 2 more things in regards to the dream goal framework and making sure that you follow through on the process goals along the way is try to find yourself a mentor or an accountability buddy, somebody that's going to help to keep you on track and that you can help as well to keep moving forward despite setbacks or obstacles. And then also something to keep in mind with that last leg of the journey is that the darkest night always comes before the dawn. And so we often see the most difficult challenges before we get this breakthrough or before we come to the end of a certain part of our journey. And so as long as you know that, it gives you some preparation when the time comes and you do face those difficulties. So there you have it. Dream goals, in the way I see them, are a way to immerse yourself in the journey through life and not get so stuck on the destination. And this is what living with meaning is all about. Now, if you want to learn more about the system that I use for staying productive and positive on the dream goal journey, you can check out the 2020 Vision course, and I'll leave the link in the description below for you to go and check that out. And I'll also include some more videos here on dream goals and the journey that you can check out now. And as always, until next time, dream on and find your flow.